for the owner of one of the area's largest employers. The walk down memory lane is paved with sacrifices and determination. But it's the spirit of community and a rich 70-year history of tradition, which ultimately guided 3 generations of Robucks through all the significant challenges.
The name Romac came from Robucks, the R-O, and the Mac came from McDonald's. Romac Lumber got started in 1945 after World War II. My father and his 2 brothers, Ernest and Robert, purchased, along with the McDonald family, Woods Lumber Company in Green Cove Springs, Florida, right outside of Jacksonville. About a year later, the Robucks all purchased the McDonald share out and took them out, but they left the name Romac. I probably started working in Romac when I was 8 years old. My father would bring me down here some days after school or on a Saturday, and come summertime, he decided I was going to work full time. And I worked actually all the way through college. I still get emotional when I talk about the fire. It happened the night I got out of the military. It's my first night home. I was sleeping upstairs in my parents' house. The phone rang, and they said there was a fire at Romac's. I told my dad I'd ride in with him. And as soon as we went down the driveway, the whole sky was lit up. I knew it was bad. It destroyed everything except one building. Back then, you could not get insurance on either the facilities for a lumberyard or the inventory. You know, they lost a lot of money. And about 2 days after the fire, he said, I have to keep the jobs for all those people. I can't let all those people who've been so loyal over the years lose their jobs. So he built it back from scratch. After the fire, you know, all these people in the community came back and they supported Romac. Some people gave us free temporary warehouses to use while we were rebuilding. People were bringing dump trucks and front-end loaders to help clean out the debris. I mean, everyone just really came together, and employees were down here, you know, on the weekends at nights working. Contractors would just show up at nights on the weekends and help for free, just trying to get everything back together. I probably didn't really realize it until that happened, that the impact on the community was that large, and how many friends that my dad and the company had. And as a result, Romac has spent a lot of money, time, and effort, and we've tried to give back to the community and been a good community member. I mean, people supported us, and we felt and still feel that we need to support the local community. I always thought I'd come back and run the lumberyard. And when I was in college, my parents wanted me to go to law school. So I decided not to go into the building supply business, but to practice law, and enjoyed that very immensely. Well, I did have a little guilt in doing that, but my parents supported it, and I enjoyed practicing law. Then in 1988, my father was diagnosed with terminal prostate cancer. They told him he had 6 months left to live. And he came to me, said he wanted me to come run the lumberyard. I said, no, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. Why don't you sell it? He said, I don't want to sell it. So I said, all right, we'll compromise. I moved the law firm, or part of it, over here. And we had a very capable manager, Woody Wagner, running it. I watched over it while Woody ran it. And the most wonderful thing of all that is my dad actually lived for 15 years past that. Doctor said there's no medical reason. God took care of him. We've now made it to the 3rd generation. And my son is now back here working as our Chief Financial Officer. What I'm most proud of in Romac is that we're still in business after 70 years. Not many corporations make it that long. During the boom, I had a lot of offers for people wanting to buy Romac. The community has been good to us, and I was not entertaining them at all. Romac has been Leesburg's Company of the Year. Both my father and I have been inducted into Lake County's Business Hall of Fame, which is quite an accomplishment since they only do one person per year. And we have been able to hire and maintain outstanding employees. We've been through fires, hurricanes, been through this horrible recession. A lot of people would just give up. But you can't change the past. You can learn from it, but you can't change it. So you just need to take where you are and figure out where you want to go and move forward. And if you do that, you'll always get there and you'll be successful.